It will be to that link and that link only. It ain't going to be broadcast. It will not be made public. It will be between me and Lady Dragon. What we're looking to do is tabulate that. In other words, this thing will be open. We're going to have it up by tomorrow. This thing will be open to people who want to express themselves about these particular items. We'll tabulate this thing because it's going to be closed down as of noon Saturday, give or take. Noon would be a close figure. This will give us time to tabulate, look at what everybody thinks, and present the documentation of that to people who can actually take the actions we're looking for. Now, that last statement's a loaded one. This thing, this summary of this polling, voting, whatever you want to call it, will be sent to the people who can take care of what we are talking about. And I'm going to put a big O if, and it's a big shag nasty hairy one, but if this is acceptable in basic principle, then the rest of it can be put in writing and actually agreed to. If you can imagine being a free people, a free country again, in like a month, maybe even sooner. This is what I am giving to you tonight on this show. The possibility, probability, and capability of we the people having a voice for the first time in a long time in the direction of our destiny. That you can actually be the captain of your own ship. That you got to say in what happens, not just here, but the whole world over. Because as this changes, it also changes things for the rest of the planet. This is not something that people realize easily. This is a situation where many countries have picked up a whole load of information from us and are running with it. There are several countries that are attempting to do what we did. They have to use a little bit different documentation depending on the country, but the procedure, the process is the same. Now, there's some things that go along with this that I will now give you that a lot of people are not aware of. Our actual and real national debt is about $1.2 trillion. That's it. The rest of it is owed by the corporation. Oops. This time they get to buy lunch. Now, to go along with that, several other countries are very interested in partnering with a free country for several reasons. First, you're looking at extraordinarily high employment rates, not unemployment, employment rates. When you got people employed, they buy stuff. This will be good for everybody. The little companies that are struggling right now all of a sudden get busier and they can stand it. That means other people get to open a company if they really wanted to. I've been thinking about that for 10 years. Okay, George, go ahead. All right, Mabel. And off and down the road you run. It could be an axe sharpening service. Who knows? I mean, any old thing. We fix flat tires. Think of something, okay? Think about, and this is one of the technologies that I've known about for several years and could never pin down, but it was mentioned today in one of my conversations. We've got a lot of people out there that are missing limbs, either through war, accident, or whatever. This technology will allow you to regrow that hand, arm, leg, the missing part that you should have been able to have. This is the awesome ideology of these advanced technologies. We can't do that, not today, but this stuff can. It's already there. In a couple of places I heard it might even be being used. They may have already worked some of the bugs out of how to go about these things. I've heard rumors, but nothing concrete, and I try to get to these people, and boy, are they locked up. I thought I was kind of confined to the house with all the stuff that I get involved with, but these guys are they're underground locked up. But think about that. How many veterans we got out there that's got an arm or a leg or a foot or a hand or fingers or something missing? I think it'd be great. Forget the prosthesis. Forget the spring legs. Forget the run around a rosy. Grow a new one. I don't know how long it takes. No idea. Hopefully it won't take as long as it did to grow the first one. My understanding is a lot quicker than that. But the idea that you can have your arm or leg back, wow, that's one. I want you to think about not having to use the electric company anymore because you got free energy. Some people won't be able to get that in right away, so you're going to have maintenance on the wires and the bill and a certain amount of a bill coming through. But if that energy doesn't require fuel input, it's going to be pretty inexpensive. That same sort of technology can be applied to a car, where you create a field, a dynamic electric field underneath the car. You no longer have to have tires. You don't have to worry about having a flat because you ain't going to touch the ground. Now, if you don't have any resistance to the ground, you're going to improve the gas mileage. And this would be if you were still burning fuel, 30%. 30% of what you spend goes just simply because you got a tire on the ground. Okay? And now take out the fuel altogether. The thing just comes along. In the wintertime, when you want a nice warm car, you click the button and it turns the heater on. By the time you get out there, it's nice and warm. Or if you happen to be in a nice sunny place like Florida or Hawaii or somewhere where it's warm, you hit the AC, and by the time you get out there, the car's nice and cool. Now, this is just a light overview. This is nothing real fantastic. Some of the technologies are extraordinary, well beyond what I've just told you. But the idea of changing things, education and freedom for we the people, so we understand our responsibilities. You've got common law, you've got a morality. Doing to others as you would have them doing to you. Your rights end where the other person's nose begins. And a fight is no way to settle a disagreement. What do you need to do? Well, simple. Somebody mediates. So you're going to have a few mediators around, I would imagine. And these are going to be people that are overtly honest, the kind of people that, even make a preacher nervous. So very little of the federal government will be left. Return to the original documents, total freedom. Reform of institutions, such as education and things of this nature. Keeping the banks open don't sound like much, but first of all, not having a war with the people that own all this stuff, so you don't get shot at and you don't have to shoot at anybody and there's no casualties or anybody hurt or dead. And the banks stay open, so you don't have any problems with your money flow. I think that's a pretty good deal, personally. So, this is basically what I have to offer. I've got Lady Dragon with me tonight. I asked her to join in with us, and she's very well aware. And we can make an effort for everybody to get to her website. Now, Lady Dragon, by what time do you think we can have something like this set up?
Hello, everybody. It's going to be very simple so nobody can get lost. Just take note of this, please. LadyDragon.com is going to be posted by noon tomorrow. You're going to be able to go and on the index, just type LadyDragon.com, and there is going to be this. It's going to be said, Drake's proposal from Drake, please vote. That's going to be the title. And you're going to click on that, and there it's going to bring you to a page, and there you're going to be going to have some questions. Sam, you're going to have some questions, and it's going to be very simple, like Drake said. Let's say it's going to be very well explained. Drake's going to have his question with the answer in the bottom. And then I'm going to provide a specific email address called poll@ladydragon.com, which is going to be on the page where you're just going to email your response. It's going to be very simple. The only thing you need to do is the question in the subject line, and then a yes or a no, or a very, very short comment about this. So I'm going to compile everything, and by Saturday noon, it will be stopped, and then I will compile with Drake, and then Drake will come back and say the compilation of the thing. It's going to be very simple. So everybody has a chance to speak up and say what they want to do with the specific question that that's been posed upon you tonight. But it's going to be more refined, so you can be very clear and very to the point, so you know exactly what you're answering about. So that would be very helpful for everybody. Drake.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Is Miniman on here? I was wondering if he might be or might not be. One of the things I'm going to do is put this out in terms of, would you like to vote on our future? A real vote with the real people that are really controlling it? And I'm going to put that out to a whole bunch of places. I've got some places that other people have trouble finding, but pretty much cover the nation. The reason I'm going to offer this, there you are. The reason I'm going to offer this is that the militias, the freedom people who want to have a say and never had the chance, can speak without pulling the trigger. I have been living under the gun since 1967 when I went first to war. I have not gotten out from underneath living under the gun, either against me or in my pocket. And I want very badly to be able to unload my gun and put it down for the rest of my life. Now, part of this, and this is something everybody needs to think about, part of what I'm doing here, what I'm offering, is an effort by these people to try to ensure peaceful resolution to everything. Right now we got a itchy trigger for Iran. Well, why? Who says they can't have a nuclear fuel production facility, especially if they got peaceful means? Who says that, and this is a big joke, by the way, who says Iran and Israel don't get along? Did you know that they are using the same oil trading platform, that they are partners in it?
Well, imagine that.
Yeah, imagine the high gas prices. Now you wouldn't know where that came from. Ooh, they're going to close the Straits of Hormuz. Well, whoop-a-dee-doo. Miniman, I don't know if you had listened to the first part of this, but
Yes, sir.
we're setting this up, and I want to try to get as many people, patriots, and people who believe that they should be free, even if they're communists, involved in this as much as possible. And the reason I want everybody to do this, and the reason I'm asking you to do this, is that the results of this will be sent to the people who control it. These are the real deal. And you know some of the banking family names. I don't have to repeat them. You know some of the principals involved with them. Some of these people are my friends.
Right.
And I hold all of these people in a certain regard, some higher than others, some better than others. Some I really disagree with, the idea that they might be able to scoot out from under, but it depends on what they do, what they have done, and what they're willing to help us accomplish in terms of fixing it. This is real, folks. And I mean, this is absolutely real. I've got press contacts, and it's not as such open, mainstream sort of thing, but I've got press contacts where people go looking for stories. And there's a lot of little town newspapers that need filler material. And this stuff goes to a load of small towns out of this one little place that I go to. I post a little something in there, and oh my goodness, Timbuktu land in the swamp knows about it. I mean, it really shocked me. I did not know that that's what these people were doing. Good night.